going on, dudes and dudettes? Yes, finally able to record out here in the living room because no one is at home finally. So yes, let's get into this real quick. So as I mentioned in a prior video, before my other video, real quick one, that yes, ex-USC quarterback Sam Darnold was traded to the Carolina Panthers. Got some more details. I believe it was for a 6th round pick this year, a 2nd and a 4th next season as well. People thought you could get a 1st round pick for him, but I guess he didn't. But they did give up quite a bit for him, and I know it's a great situation. He's going to be having a better offensive coordinator, better head coach, better GM as well. So I think it's an overall great situation for him. Definitely happy for his future going forward, and hopefully they don't do something stupid like draft another quarterback at number 8, Carolina does, because that was the main thing. They did get to keep that 1st round pick, so hopefully they use it for somebody to, whether it's a receiver, tight end, a defender, or one of the better defenders in the draft this year, or even like an offensive lineman to help them out. And then a little bit of Lakers news. So yes, they did sign Ben McLemore, who was most recently with the Houston Rockets. Yes, he did. I think he got waived over the weekend, and then he signed for the rest of the year, so it's not like a 10-day contract like Damian Jones. So he is the final roster spot selected for the Lakers. He's a good shooter. He's like not the greatest defender, but pretty sure they most likely got him for his 3-point shooting, and hopefully that does work. And I'll mention some other stuff later about Lakers stuff, but yeah, overall I think it's a good signing overall. And then when it comes to Anthony Davis, apparently tonight I believe they play the Hornets, and they said he might be able to return finally tonight, Thursday, but you never know. It was a might. I'm pretty sure it might happen this weekend as well, as long as we could use him in the Nets game, because it's going to be Lakers versus Nets for Saturday night, which is going to be a pretty awesome game if Anthony Davis can play. So I think they'll save him for that one. That'll be a lot better. So it's at least positive news that he will be coming back. And then USC shooting guard, who is a transfer this year, Noah Ballman, he is entering the transfer portal again. I don't know why they didn't really use him that much. He's a great 3-point shooter, and you always need 3-point shooting, but they never put him on the court. I don't know if he can't play defense that well or what, but USC definitely needed sometimes a bit more threes here and there to ice a game or have a little bit more of a lead towards the end of the game, but I don't know, they just never did it. He's going elsewhere. Hopefully it's not to a rival school, but we'll wait and see. And yeah, hopefully it's not that. And then Joseph Yesufu, speaking of the transfer portal, we did see him at USC. Actually saw him against Drake because he played for them at the time, and he was one of the hotter players, scoring a lot of points, and he averaged like 20 plus points in those 2 games Drake got to play, and they did not beat USC, but that guy definitely left a big impression on a lot of people. He's been getting a lot of calls from everybody ever since he entered the transfer portal. I think he's a better fit on both of my teams. I think he's a better fit for USC than Duke right now, but it'd be cool to see him on either one. Like always I say, hopefully not on a rival, but yeah, he's definitely gonna get a lot of transfer like spots, so we'll see what he does, but I hope he goes to USC. Then there was this speculation that LeBron has been recruiting Steph Curry. That's why he picked him on his all-star team and all this stuff. I don't know, I think it's some kind of crazy stuff, and when it comes to contracts and money wise, I'm pretty sure the Lakers can't do it anyways. Plus it's within your own division, and usually you don't trade with people in your division, especially when it's a star player like that. So yeah, it's definitely not going to happen unless Curry demands the trade somewhere else and gets bought out, or somehow buys out with the Warriors. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Then yes, a couple days ago the Lakers did blow out the Toronto Raptors. The score was a lot closer, but it was pretty much like a 30-plus point game at some point during the 3rd quarter as well. So yeah, luckily they were able to get that victory, and it was surprising because the Raptors are a lot more healthier than the Lakers are, and yet the Lakers still blew them out, which is good to see. But there was a scuffle in between the game involved Schroeder and OG Anunoby and Montrezl Harrell. Both Anunoby of the Raptors and Harrell of the Lakers got ejected at the time. And then just actually today we found out that Talen Horton-Tucker of the Lakers is getting suspended for tonight's game against the Hornets because apparently he took one step onto the court even though he was like at the check-in area with Kyle Kuzma. So it's kind of a weird situation overall. Luckily it's just one game and a little bit of a fine, but yeah, it's just crazy how that whole thing went out. But yes, luckily they did get the victory. That's all that matters. And yes, sadly USC football suffered another big injury to their defense. Max Williams, he's one of the younger cornerbacks out there, and he was looking to maybe have a starting role this year, but he's had his second ACL tear. He had one during his senior year, and now this is his second time while in college getting it. So it sucks for him. He's most likely out for the whole entire year. Hopefully it doesn't, stop his growth and production later in his career. And sometimes I always say it's better to get those out of the way while you're younger. So you most likely won't get them later in your life, but yeah, it's just tough luck for him. But hopefully he recovers quickly and be able to show up next year for USC. Then local kicker Dennis Lynch, he's a local SoCal kid. He committed to USC, the kicker, and he doesn't really have like a star ranking, but according to like people who look at kickers, he's considered like a 5-star level type of player. So he's definitely one of the better local kickers out there. So luckily USC was able to add on a guy like that, so I'm very happy about that. And then yes, the Anaheim Ducks did beat the San Jose Sharks 5-1. Just crazy how they were able to do that when they're the ones that have so many injuries and not playing like certain players right at this time. So, and San Jose has been a pretty hot team, so I don't know how that happened, but it's just crazy. Luckily they're able to play spoiler right now because I don't think they're gonna get into the playoffs, which sucks. And then USC basketball, they said they finished 9th overall in the final like polls or standings of college basketball, which is like the highest they've ever finished, which is pretty crazy to me. I thought they finished higher before, but yeah, it's a good thing. Hopefully they can bring some of these guys back that led them to the Elite 8 and see what they can do. And then yes, when speaking, I saw this picture from Twitter. It was like showing the 2017 draft picks of the Chargers, and only one guy remained, Mike Williams, the 1st-round pick, but everyone else, Forrest Lamp, Dan Feeney, Sam Tebby, Rayshawn Jenkins, Isaac Rochelle, all those guys have all signed with other teams just this last off season. And I think what's his name? He got traded as well. I forget his name. He was one of my favorite players, but now I forget him. But yeah, I think it just shows that yeah, you could keep around a 1st-round pick, and even that guy, I don't think he's lived up to the hype of his 1st-round pick, Mike Williams, at all. And everyone else, it just shows that you're not really good draft evaluators just because all those guys left, and who knows what's going to happen with everyone else. And yeah, it's just another reason why I think Tom Telesco and his team might need a revamp or a changing out. That's what I think. And yes, to end this off, Penei Sewell, the top offensive lineman out of Oregon, said it would be a dream come true if he was able to play with Justin Herbert again. Obviously they played together in college, and I think it's very possible this can happen because all the Chargers have to do is get ahead of Cincinnati, who a lot of people have projected to pick Sewell. But from the other day, we found out that the Atlanta Falcons are willing to trade the number 4 overall pick, and they've been getting a lot of multiple calls from everybody. So I'm hoping one of those people were the Chargers, and they're able to get up there. You might have to give up another pick this year and a pick next year. Definitely don't give up any 1st-round picks. Don't be that dumb. But I think if they can get up to get Sewell and pair him up with Herbert again, it's just a match made in heaven, I think. And those guys will be together 10+ years on the Chargers, and yeah, it's just going to be freaking awesome if that does happen. I hope Tom Telesco isn't a pussy and caves in and doesn't do shizzle during the draft like he normally doesn't. But yeah, hopefully something positive like that can happen. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.